So Mickey,
Yes.
thank you for joining me.
Pleasure.
Back in Derby and back seeing the guys back in pre-season and some of the new signings you've been able to bring to the Encora County Garden for 2024. How's that been?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, World Cup was a pleasure to be involved in that. Pleasure to lead Pakistan and be with them. But it's also nice to be back now and to be able to see what the guys have been doing. They've been working unbelievably hard to connect with all of them again, rather than just connect with them over the telephone. Has been really good. So I'm really happy where we're at. Boys have gelled well. New players have settled in beautifully. So I couldn't be happier.
You've spoken about this is now your squad. Obviously, we've had David Lloyd, Pat Brown, and Aaron Donald, Ross Whiteley, Samit Patel, and Mohammed Amir as well as one of the overseas signings. How much strength they really bring this squad, and also the experience of winning and that winning mentality that you've been asking for so long.
Yeah, and that was one of the key things. You know, you sign characters. So when you go and have a look, you have a look at characters, you have a look at what they can bring into the side, what skill sets they've got. But above all, you're looking for that tough edge. You're looking for that winning mentality, which I think we've done. You know, you just have a look at all the guys that brought in have been successful in their careers, which is great. The one thing it does do, though, is it brings a little bit more experience to the squad as well. So to have likes of David Lloyd, who's captain Glamorgan, has been part of their setup for ages, been part of the county setup for ages. To bring his knowledge, his expertise to us is great. And then you throw in Pat Brown, Ross Whiteley, and Aaron Donald, Mohammed Amir, and then obviously the creme de la creme of white ball cricketers in Samit Patel. It's a really nice mix for us, and one I think that their qualities contribute to making us a better team, and that for me was key in bringing them in.
Going from competition to competition, fixtures have been announced today. In the county championship, how pleasing is it that we'll be starting at a home game, kind of hopefully get on a front foot, get a win early on in the season? Yeah,
it's always good to start at home. It is, and hopefully, Gloucestershire, good side. It'll be a good, tough competition. But starting at home is always good. You're comfortable. You're comfortable in your environment. You know the pitch. You know the pitch conditions. And that coming off the back of potentially 2 home warm-up games just makes it ideal. So yeah, really happy with the start there.
And then immediately after that, over to Cardiff, David Lloyd's team.
Yeah,
I'm sure, obviously a big occasion for him, but then obviously push on there as well.
Yeah, of course. Then it's Glamorgan, Leicestershire at home, Yorkshire away, which is generally a big fixture for us. I guess the one eye catcher for us always in the fixture is Middlesex. So I think we go there mid-June for the game at Lord's, and that's always a dream for the players within our squad to be able to go and play at the iconic venue that the Lord's is. So that was one that caught my eye. But every fixture we know for us is going to be vitally important. We get Yorkshire again in the reverse fixture at Chesterfield. Chesterfield's a great ground for us. We play good cricket there, and who can forget last year's county championship game there against Yorkshire, which was an epic fixture. So yeah, I've cast my eye over there. And it's good. I mean, the fixtures are all good. It's nice to start at home, nice to go at Lord's. We go to some iconic grounds, but ultimately we've got to be at our best for every one of them, and that's uppermost in my mind at the moment.
On to the T20 season. Involved again in Blast-Off down at Edgbaston. You've spoken about really wanting to challenge your players on a big stage, big stadium and crowds. Really, you must be delighted to be involved in that again.
Yeah, of course, and that was I thought it was a massive success last year. Being involved in that Blast-Off day was special. We played the first game against Lancashire there last year. It's live television. It gives us another opportunity for our players to be on TV, get that recognition. It is a special occasion. It seemed to attract a bigger audience. Which is fantastic and really good for us. And I'm just so happy that we're part of that again because I do think that our players benefited immeasurably from it.
Almost a week after that, a game that kind of doesn't really need any more hyping up, the game against Notts Outlaws, but they will have Samit Patel on our side this year. That's going to really be a really tasty encounter, isn't it?
Look, it always is against Notts. We've never beaten Notts since I've been here, and I think you go back a long time, we've never beaten Notts. Again, very well-led side, very organised. Peter Moore's a great friend of mine, a great coach. But they're a very, very good side. But geez, we got to beat them. We got to beat them this year. So really looking forward to that fixture, and really looking forward to have Summit on our side. I think, as you said, that'll certainly add a little bit more spice to the encounter.
Unfortunately, we just narrowly missed out on the quarterfinals last year. Do you think the new additions, that mentality, hopefully get over on a couple of those games and these tight moments really swing those in our favour? Yeah,
I do. I really do. You know, we've brought those players in to strengthen our squad. There's a lot of good teams out there, and that's something that I found in English county cricket. There are some very, very good teams. There's not one team that you look at and go, we'll just walk all over them. We know you've got to bring your best cricket every time you go out there. But with the people that we've brought in, I think we have a better chance of bringing that quality day in and day out, because we've certainly brought a lot more quality to our squad this year.
Finally, the Metrobank One Day Cup over July and August this year. Last year saw it presented an opportunity for younger players like Harry Moore, and across multiple counties we saw quite a few younger players getting an opportunity. Kind of a good platform for our younger players to develop in that competition.
It is. Like, it was so good seeing Harry Moore play last year. 16-year-old, young quick bowler, local boy getting an opportunity. And, you know, that's kind of what the Metro... Yeah, we want to win the Metrobank. Of course we do. We just saw what sort of leverage Leicestershire got out of it last year by winning it. And of course we want to win it. But that does allow us the opportunity to give opportunities to younger players to see what they can do, and in terms of our future planning with them, etc. So Harry Moore last year was I thought a real big success story for us in this competition, and that's kind of what the Metrobank 50 over does. It allows you to create opportunities for players, which is always quite an exciting time. I really enjoyed it last year, and I enjoyed it for the fact that it wasn't the same faces. When you lined up against counties, it was obviously different faces. It was people you generally hadn't played against before. Our dressing room changes a little bit. The dynamic changes. So I did enjoy that. I enjoyed that month, and hopefully this year we can really perform in it.
Obviously, you coming back from the World Cup, you must now almost be wanting for the season to start already, get back into more cricket. And
yeah, I can't wait. I don't like this winter training. It's too cold. It gets dark far too early for me. You're generally indoors. The sooner we can get out of this, the better, and we can start having mid-March hit us, where we'll be in Desert Springs, 2 home warm-up games, and then our first game at home. Can't wait for that, because that gets me out of bed in the morning. That gives me that adrenaline rush. There's nothing better than the adrenaline rush of match day.
Mickey, a pleasure as always. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thanks.